What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak, the Hype, episode number 165. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there. Hope everybody has a safe and sane Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey or whatever you're eating out there. Looking forward to it myself. Watch some football games. But for the Hype, we've got some things to talk about. We've got our Feast or Famine section where we're going to go over some of the top players, some of the top NBA draft picks. And are we going to feast on their cards or are we going to famine on their cards? So we've got that coming up. We're going to talk Prizm football, which is releasing next week. Already taking the hobby by storm. We've already got guys with socks and sandals waiting at Walmart, Target, trying to get those blasters. Trying to get them. I mean, it's just crazy. It's already going nuts. So we're going to talk about those cards along with the Burrow injury. But first news of business we've got is Black Friday here at Mojobreak.com. We've already got some Black Friday breaks that are listed. Most of them are sold out already. But we're going to be doing some doorbuster ship sealed boxes that will pop up on Friday below our cost. They're going to go up there. They're going to ship sealed so that you guys can take advantage of those deals on stock that we have, maybe a lot of that we're just willing to take a little bit in, give you guys a good deal. So be on the lookout for that. We should have at least one for the major sports, each one, if not more. So keep checking back on Friday to save big. So there'll be a lot of stuff going down for Friday. Today, new releases. We've got Topps Black Chrome MLB that we busted. Looks pretty dang nice. We've got 1-and-1 basketball breaking later. I think there's just a few spots left in that. And Immaculate Football. We've got first off the line as well as the regular version. So lots of stuff to get into. It's exciting time in our hobby as we get into the holiday season. Dan, what's going down?
Chilling. That was a lot going on there. You're kind of tripping over yourself.
And I was.
But I do like the fact that you were able to prolong it just enough to get the great C-Rad.
What's up, dude?
It was perfect. Perfectly timed.
I thought you guys were already going.
Oh, we did.
Oh, we were.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
So we did a little introduction. We talked a little Black Friday. Max is talking about turducken recipes in the chat. So, but C-Rad, what are you most thankful for in this hobby right now, man?
Most thankful for?
Put him on the spot right when he walks in.
One on one. 1 versus 1, 1-on-1.
What am I most thankful for? I'm most thankful for everybody that purchases with Mojobreak, man. All of our customers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They
for,
let me live the dream of opening packs, bro.
Everybody.
I agree.
Allowing me to open up just with these fire fingers, just like hits just coming out like that, just like that all the
Zingers.
time. Yeah, I mean, today I pulled a Burrow, right? Pulled a couple up.
Burrow, second best Burrow of the day. But
Burrow is a redemption in Immaculate. First time he's been a redemption all year that I can recall. But pulled a crazy Justin Herbert out of the big Monday mixer. Did you see it? Mm-mm. It was a 101 out of XR. Was it XR?
Yeah, swatched jungle
XR,
swatch.
but it was like off the helmet. It was like a helmet bolt.
Off the helmet on
yeah,
the XR.
It's like the helmet decal.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy looking.
I don't remember ever seeing a helmet decal in XR.
I didn't know they had the helmet relics in it. But
that's crazy. It's a problem. Assuming it's probably. I gotta check it out.
And, we're definitely thankful for everybody that allows us to do this on a daily and go through all these new products for you guys and booming it up. I do want to mention, if you haven't already join our Fans of Mojobreak on Facebook, which is going to start being more active. We're going to start putting stuff on there. You can buy and sell or try to trade and stuff like that. So if you're on Facebook, I know it's that's kind of the old game. I know Instagram, TikTok, that's all the new game. If you're on Facebook, add us at our group, which is Fans of Mojobreak, and we'll try to approve you as fast as we can.
Did you get a new ride? Did you get a new ride?
A new ride?
Phone?
New phone?
Oh yeah.
Is that the new one?
Blue.
Nice. Sky blue.
That's a big Apple logo on the back. Could they make it any bigger?
Oh, let me see it. Has that a bigger logo?
Look at it. Look at it.
Well, it's the same as regular.
Same
thing.
No, it looks pretty big.
But DP in the chat says he thought for sure Dan was going to wear a turkey costume today. I mean, he thought about it, but couldn't get
I don't
it
have
time.
anything that's turkey themed or Thanksgiving themed.
Yeah.
I guess I could have just sat here and ate my lunch during the hype.
I think we talk about this, and we've probably had 3 or 4 Thanksgiving hype episodes, and I know it's like most of you guys haven't listened back then, but what are you looking forward to food-wise
Stuffing.
on Thanksgiving?
That's all.
What is the food you're looking forward to tomorrow? Obviously, I mean social distancing and being safe as well. But what kind of food?
It's funny. Could I answer? Since we've done it so many times, could I just answer for you?
Probably.
I could. And then we're gonna get into the same argument every single time about how what you like is like nothing special when it comes to Thanksgiving, like stovetop.
Stovetop. Yeah.
Stovetop.
Yeah, that's
so
the stuff.
like, I mean, the whole point is like to have scratch, just real stuffing, like with the gizzards and the spleen. I don't know. The turkeys have spleens,
something like that.
But
stomach lining.
I mean, you cut all that up and you put that, and then you stuff it into the bird. Now that's stuffing. Doug likes run of the mill box stovetop.
Yeah, you can't.
Me too.
It's too. Yeah, look, that's 2 out of 3 right there.
What's
2 out of 3?
It's Thanksgiving. Celebrate.
It's just better, man.
Think out of the box. No pun intended there.
And maybe hopefully I'll have some green bean casserole, which I hated as a kid, but I absolutely look forward to it year in and year out. And yes, pies. Not on the keto diet, but you know what? I'm gonna have some pie tomorrow as well. And we only have 2 football games now instead of 3. Darn COVID.
Why don't we talk about pies? What kind of pie?
I think it's got to be pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie with some whipped cream.
Pumpkin pie is pretty dope.
Apple pie is pretty good.
Sweet potato pie is not bad.
Sweet potato pie.
Cheesecake.
My favorite pie, not that anybody cares or asked, banana cream pie, but not. It's not a very Thanksgiving, but it is delicious.
I like lemon meringue pie too, but that's not another non-Thanksgiving.
I mean, if you put a lemon meringue pie in front of me, I'm not gonna turn it away.
I love them. I don't know how they make the meringue, but it's pretty awesome.
It's magic.
Nah, in a bird in a landslide. It's just too soggy, man.
No,
I don't know
dude,
what
you gotta have it in the bird.
It's too soggy. It's just got to be nice and crisp on the stove.
I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind either or, but I do like it on the just getting my bird and the stuffy on the side.
Okay,
too.
how about this gravy? Where do you stand on gravy?
I'm indifferent.
What do you put it on?
Like, what do you like? So if there's gravy,
I put it on everything.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's where I disagree.
You got gravy on everything.
Only on the mashed potatoes for me. That's it.
Gravy on the turkey, gravy on the stuffing, gravy on. Even it gets a little gravy on the cranberry. If it gets on there, it's okay.
Bro,
gravy in your beer. Gravy in your mixed drink. Gravy on your cards.
Yep.
No. Just on the mashed potatoes, and that's it for me. I like to taste my turkey, especially if it's it's a good turkey. But let's get into sports cards. We've got Prizm football releasing. Some of it's releasing on Monday. Some of it's already out on the retail. Like I said, some of you see those guys with the socks and the sandals and the shorts waiting to Walmart. They may be eating their lunch, their dinner, and their breakfast while they're waiting.
Oh,
for
retail's
the guys.
out. I didn't know that.
Retail is out already in certain parts of the world. I don't think it's out around here, but it is. I've seen some East Coast and some Midwest guys claiming that they found some blasters and they're trying to charge car prices for blasters. But it's out there. But we've got No Huddle releasing on Monday. No Huddle comes out. We've got
Monday,
breaks.
huh?
Yep. Cyber Monday, I guess.
Is that going down?
100%. Yep. As of today, it's going down. And Rookies and Stars coming out there as well. But I wanted to kind of divulge into some of these cards. There's already some of the base cards and parallels already on eBay from the people that have probably gotten the retail. So you can already see with bids, you've got an orange disco, which I believe is out of the No Huddle. So somebody must have gotten that early. Tua orange disco. I don't know what it's numbered to, but already going for $400 with 5 hours left. You got a red, white, and blue refractor of Mr. Herbert. That's $499.
Dude, No Huddle. What the heck? Somebody really did get early already and open
Somebody must have. Yeah, somebody must have. My question to you guys here and in the chat is: let's make predictions, and let's not go with the colors here. Let's go with base cards. Let's go for the 3 quarterbacks. What do you think the base rookie cards are going to sell for Tua, Herbert, and Burrow?
Raw.
Just somebody opens it up, throws it on eBay.
Just a regular base.
Yep.
Right.
Regular base. No silver, no blue, no red, no nothing. Just regular base cards.
Herbert. I'm going to go for. I'm going to say $150 for a Herbert raw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm going to say Tua will be $100 and Burrow will be $100.
Okay.
And lock it in. And we will be doing a fair amount of Prizm first off the line It probably may not be full cases because it's so expensive, but we definitely will be doing something.
We were possibly talking about doing one hobby box, one first off the line box random. So it's kind of affordable. I don't know. Maybe 4, 2 of each, maybe 1 of each. I don't know. We're going to definitely be doing some for that.
Keep it funky.
Tua Porter in the chat says Tua $80, Herbert 100, and Burrow 65. I mean, what worries me is there's gonna be more this year than every year. We say this every year.
Yeah, but you said out of the gate.
Out of the gate, yeah, that's
Out
true.
of the gate. Out of the gate.
I mean,
those are
not
premium
where it
prices.
settles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did mine. What do you guys think? I made it easy for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Herbert will be the top guy selling out the gate. Tua second. The question mark right now is I'm kind of iffy on where I think Burrow is going to be at, just with his injury and all that stuff, obviously. But yeah, I think Burrow should land somewhere closer to Tua than Herbert. Herbert's definitely going to be the most expensive guy.
I think Burrow will. I mean, for the rest of the year, I actually think Burrow prices are going to be undervalued, and they're going to be about the same price, if not a little bit lower than Tua.
Yeah.
Depending on how Tua performs the next month or so.
Now, if you like Burrow, sorry to cut you off.
No,
now, if you like Burrow, it is the time to kind of like.
It is
to kind of go out there.
I don't know about right now, but maybe in like a month, because he's not going to be playing. We're going to have a month removed from like his last game. So people tend to forget it's like what's in front of my face right now, especially if Tua is performing and they're winning and they're going to go to the playoffs. I think that's going to hurt Burrow's prices. I think Burrow's prices will go down. If the other two quarterbacks' prices go up, I think Burrow's goes down.
The breaking news, TKO in the chat. The first Herbert sold yesterday for $325 base off center.
Ooh,
$325
OC.
So you
off center. So I mean that's crazy. I don't. Well, obviously we don't expect those.
That's out the gate price.
That's out the gate price,
and it could have been
a little shilly.
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
A little shilly shill
for a base raw.
That's crazy.
OC.
Silvers are a funky little thing here.
So yeah, what do you? What's the percentage of base compared to silvers? Is it 10 times? Is it 15 times? Is it 5 times? What do you think the base compared to the silvers?
Because I was looking in the chat that
I think
Herbert
10
silver
times.
maybe 850 raw. I think it's going to be a lot higher than that, or it should be. You got to remember, silvers
higher.
are 1 silver
a box
per box.
2 now.
2. Remember, 2.
Oh, they busting it. Oh, God.
And that unless blowout was wrong.
Remember, 2, not 1, 2.
But
so yeah, now actually I don't know what it's worth.
Yeah,
but I was basing it off of 1.
Yeah, that cuts.
Maybe it is 850. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we don't know how big the checklist is. So if they increase the checklist, that means the vets are going to have more silvers too.
We can't do this anymore. We got to put our foot down.
Box break: 2 silver prisms, 9 numbered prisms, 24 rookies, 4 inserts, 2 autos. You got to think what? So doing some math here real quick on the fly. If there's 24 rookies in a box, let's just say they use a checklist of 100 rookies. Is 100 rookies to be safe? Because they're going to throw in the Jordan Brooks and the Jake Luton.
I would say 80 rookies. I mean, 100 rookies is a lot.
Okay, anywhere from between 80 and 100. So you should get 1 every 4 boxes. You should get one of the guys, assuming they fall at the same rate. So that means in a case break, you're going to get 3 regular rookies ish, 3 to 4.
But I remember, like, wouldn't you get like 1 rookie per box? Like, wouldn't you get
2 at the end? So it's 12 packs. It's 12 packs, right? Yeah, 12 packs, and it's 24 rookies. So it's 2 pack. Same format they've always had there. So it's like, you open it up and
so you're definitely not going to be guaranteed a Herbert in every box.
Not in every box, no. Well, it's 24. There's 24, right? So yeah, like depending on what the checklist comes out.
So maybe one every 4, 1 every 5.
Yeah, so I think you should get around 2 to 3 rookies per case
now
of each guy.
What I was going to complain about, and that's what I do. I like complaining. We went from every rookie being a silver, not that long ago, 2017. To 2018, there being 1 silver per box. They rolled it the same way with 2019.
Yep.
Now we switched it up again, and now it's 2 silvers. We need
Consistency?
We need consistency. We need to stop. We need to chill out because it's super confusing. Like the Patrick Mahomes goes for how much?
I think it's around
$5,000.
Yeah.
Not 500, $5,000. Now every rookie that you get out of that box is going to be a silver.
Yes.
You
And
go
there's
one.
there's
You go.
20
You go
24
to.
silvers a
You go to
box.
Baker Mayfield's year, 2018. You get a rookie silver at Baker Mayfield. You know how hard it was to pull that silver because you only got 12 in a case.
All right.
And what a 200 and maybe 250
Checklist. Ish,
subject checklist. That's really, really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get, but it doesn't go for the premium that it should. I think silvers in 18 and 19 and now even in 2020 are supremely undervalued.
Well, here's the thing. I think what I kind of like the guy, and I know I'm going against consistency here, but I do like the fact that they're doing two because I think the market can handle two. I think there maybe isn't enough Kyler out there based on the demand.
But if you
get more in the market,
that's good. If you have a Kyler though, if you have a Kyler silver, you don't want more in the market.
Well, but you do actually. It doesn't go up because there's not people bidding on them because there's not enough to bid on them. You see what I'm saying? So if there's a little bit more in the market, then it may cause the card to go up, even though there's more.
My issue is the consistency. My thing is that
Have these companies been consistent with anything?
No, but like now there's double the amount of silvers as opposed to 18 and 19. But the prices for 18, 19 don't reflect that.
Right.
That's my issue. Like, what would this card be
If there was one silver box,
if there was one silver box?
$50,000.
$5,000. It'd probably be worth the same amount.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
I don't think the average person that's investing in this even knows that.
That is what I'm trying to say with the
Yeah.
consistency. I'm like, you can't switch it up every year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on my soapbox here.
No, I get you on the consistency, but I think they looked at the numbers and they were like, okay, if we put two, there's a little bit more in the market, which creates more of a
but we're already making
demand.
We're already making a first off the line version. We're making a no huddle version. We have a retail version. We have enough versions. There's enough of it out there.
I wonder how many first off the silvers are in first off the line. I guess
Are they in there?
I assume so. 2020 first off the line. Does anybody know that offhand?
Unless they changed the format like they did with basketball, right?
First off the line, football, hobby.
I bet you there's a silver.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about it not being fair. I said that it's just not consistent. And
Yeah.
Not being fair. What?
You're just not fair, Dan.
It's not. I feel like I'm T.O. That's my quarterback. It's not fair.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a listing. Nobody has it up currently.
It looks like it's the same box shape as a hobby, so it must be the same format.
New ultra rare snakeskin prism,
Which I think got to be
2 autographs per box.
I bet you get 2 silvers a box in first off the line.
It's probably the same. Yeah, it's 12 cards per pack. 12. Yeah. So that just increases the amount of silvers.
The other thing that got weird and wacky, and we want to talk about consistency with Prizm, is that they changed the configuration for first off the line as opposed to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year,
they keep flip flopping back.
Last year it was a 1 pack.
And the year before that was a regular hobby.
It was a regular hobby box.
Yeah.
This year it's a regular hobby box.
Same thing with basketball. They went with the regular size box, and then last year it was a small box.
Yeah.
So
What? Tell me, what is it about Prizm where consistency goes out the window?
just whatever. It's probably the resources that they need to make the product, whether they be more silvers, whether it be more boxes. Who knows? But I did want to point out, obviously not breaking news here, but big injury this weekend to Joe Burrow. Not going to probably play until week 3 or week 4 of next year. How do you think this affects? Are you, as a hobbyist, are you staying away from Burrow now, or are you like, well, this is the time to buy? I mean, the guy was on track to have the greatest yardage season for any rookie since Andrew Luck. Looked great out there. Didn't have a great team around him. There's two trains of thought. I think, for me, the Bengals needed to get better anyway. So he wasn't going to go to the playoffs this year. He doesn't have many weapons. His offensive line obviously is bad because of the injury that happened. get a low pick, get a good offensive line, and maybe make some splash at free agency, and then he's got a better team around him. But that doesn't play into the card world. The card world is based on hype, and you're not going to see this guy for another year. So what do you think? What are you guys thinking with Burrow? What's your thoughts?
This is what I think goes down. This is what goes down right now. Let me pull back the curtain and let you know. So I think they'll go down about 20% from what they were going at the peak when he was playing. He's playing well. They'll go down about 20%, and then they're going to stabilize there. You're not going to see the market, the bottom like drop out of Burrow, because people are still going to speculate. He's still the franchise quarterback. He's going to come back. He's going to be fine. He may not be as mobile as he was.
It's a pretty serious injury.
But he is going to be fine. He's going to be okay. But I see about a 20% decrease in his prices. Then they'll basically hover around there. It's about the two other guys right now. It's about Tua and it's about Herbert. They just got to perform. The thing that sucks about Herbert is that it seems like week in and week out I talk about how good he looks, but he's not getting wins. And that isn't really affecting his card prices. But if they were in the playoff hunt, his prices would be triple they are right now.
Yeah. They'd be like petty prices.
But I mean, they're not. That team's bad.
I could see, obviously buying a Prizm for whatever, $100, $200, whatever, or less than that, and getting graded and hold on to it. But what does this do to the high end? What does this do to his RPAs? What does this do to his Shield 101? Are you going to be like, okay, cool, I want to buy a Shield 101 for $150,000? That's got to be like a very kind of hanging by a thread investment,
okay,
right?
Well, let's say, hypothetically, that the Bengals win another 2 games, right?
Yeah.
And he finishes the season, he doesn't get hurt. They go.
You mean if he didn't get hurt?
If he didn't get hurt. So let's say they go 4-12. I don't know how many games they've won. Let's say they go 4-12. He has a good season. He puts up a lot of yards, but a lot of interceptions, not a ton of touchdowns. But he basically finishes out how he was projected to finish out. What do you think his RPAs go for? They go for about 3,500 for a number to 99.
What do you think?
I think we're looking at this. If he finished out the season the same, like
the way injured, like on the projection that
I feel like he would have been on about the same. I would look at it like a Baker May situation. Remember back then you were talking about how you couldn't understand how his prices were so high based on what he had done, like his rookie campaign. You remember that? So I think he would have still been the highest selling quarterback,
but
non-injury.
But Baker was like
what, 8-8 or
Baker
7-9?
He went 7-9-1. His team was winning. I think they almost made the playoffs. They were like a game or two out of the playoffs. Joe Burrow and the Bengals were not going to be there. I think there was speculation that because Baker finished his rookie season so well that they were turning the corner and they were going to be a playoff team. And look at them now. They're a playoff team now.
I think maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they only had 6 wins there when his rookie season.
I think they went 6-9-1.
But yeah,
6-8-1 maybe.
My point mainly was that
they had a tie.
My point mainly was that Baker May was
but
still.
But he may have won like 4 of his last games. I think he won like 4 of his last games.
Yeah, and he had the touchdown record for rookies.
No, statistically, he had a great rookie season, but just like what you were saying all year that year, Dan, was that you couldn't understand how his prices could be so high without the team success.
But Baker's. His prices really started going up after the season was over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was the people speculating that, like, because he finished so strong and that they had won, like, a handful of games going into the next season, everybody was buying and paying ridiculous prices for Baker.
I think, hypothetically speaking, if Burrow never got injured, I feel like he would be in a similar situation. Like, people would be high on him.
He would have to win 4 games going in, like the last 4 games he would have to win. I don't see that happening with his team.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would have been higher than 3,500?
Like, yes.
Yeah. If he's still playing.
Yep. And the thing is about like they have a losing record. Obviously, the Bengals, they're not good. Their offensive line's in shambles. But Burrow kept them in a lot of games just off the strength of how good he was. So you could look at those losses in different ways. You could take that as okay, they lost, because they're not a great team, or you could look at it like he almost won those games for them single-handedly. A lot of those very close losses. So I think if we're hypothetically speaking, he didn't get injured, he would be the top selling quarterback still by the time NT releases, I feel like, RPA wise.
Well, if history repeats itself too, you got to look at a couple things. So if you look at the 17 draft, right, you've got Trubisky, which nobody seems to want, and who knows if he's going to start another game. You have Watson, which who knows, right? Who knows if Watson's going to come around and be a guy that's going to win? Maybe necessarily not his fault. Maybe the Texans organization is just terrible. And then you obviously have Mahomes, which was a home run. You go to 18, Darnold. Does anybody want Darnold? Might not be on the Jets next year. Does anybody want? We're just talking Baker Mayfield. His prices have gone down.
Yeah, I mean, I think you buy Baker right now.
Yeah, Baker's on the
Baker might be a buy.
The Browns are probably going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the point I'm trying to get to is when Lamar is on the decline. His prices are still good. Might consider selling right now.
They're definitely going down.
They're definitely going down. So if you compare it, there's one quarterback that comes out of all of those, right? So Mahomes out of 17. Now it's Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen coming at 18. The story's not completely shut on Baker. The story's not shut on Lamar. There's still time. But Trubisky, if people invested big money in Trubisky, thought he was going to be good. He went to the Bears, which is a big team, a lot of fans. Mm-hmm. So saying that Tua, Herbert, and Burrow are going to be the top 5 is impossible, right?
No,
it's not going to happen. So it's like, that's the problem I have with Burrow. I love Burrow. He's probably my favorite out of the 3, but the fact that he plays for the Bengals hurts me. Like, it's like, at least if you got a quarterback like Dak and he's having a bad game, you can still have Cowboy fans that want to buy the cards, right? There's not. I mean, sorry, Bengal fans. There's not a lot of Bengal fans out there. I mean, even the Browns.
A couple weeks ago, right?
What
in our little debate?
I did.
Hey, this industry is weird and wacky, man. Like things change on a week-to-week basis. All right, wait. Are you Herbert? You Herbert now?
I'm still
because
I would have been. I can't predict an injury. I didn't say he was going to get benched or anything, or he was going to.
Yeah, that was tough.
But you are correct when it comes. Like you look at 19 as well. Like Kyler is pulling away from the pack.
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I mean
Haskins. I mean he's already
Dwayne Haskins.
Who knows?
He is the backup to the backup now.
Gardner Minshew which wasn't a big name at the gate, but so it's like I don't know. Like you look at those. The Chargers don't really have a huge fan base. They have a lot of fans.
Herbert is, in every game I watch him play, he is legit. He is absolutely legit. And he does have some pretty good weapons around him offensively. It's the defense with injuries. That's where their issue is. And that's why they've been in a lot of games. They could be in the running for the West.
Well, here's also
they lost a lot of really close games, but he does have Keenan Allen, who you can make an argument is a top 5 receiver in the league. He always is putting up stats. Mike Williams, who has all the talent and the size to be one of the best receivers in the league, but is a little inconsistent. But he has Hunter Henry. Their running backs are kind of banged up, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean
Herbert is legit.
But see, I like Herbert too. I think if you gave me the choice to buy between Tua and Herbert, I think I'm buying Herbert right now. But my issue with Herbert is Phillip Rivers never sold. Phillip Rivers had a good career. Phillip Rivers is still having a decent career. Did he win a Super Bowl? No. But every year he put up stats. Nobody cared. Eli Manning was probably outselling him. Ben Roethlisberger probably outselling him. Phillip Rivers had a good career, so that makes me worried about a Charger fan base to buy a top 5 quarterback. Like he literally has to be the best in the league for me to see 10 years from now. Tua, I think the Dolphins have that fan base. The Dolphins, they have that perfect season. I think there's a lot of buzz in Miami to be good. It seems like team-wise, Tua's the one you want to invest in, but talent-wise, Herbert's the one you want to invest in as far as going forward for this year.
I think with Rivers, though, everybody's seen the long body of work, and I think it was just always the mentality that, well, Rivers is going to blow it again. He isn't going to get the job done. He's either going to, barely miss the playoffs or make the playoffs and get knocked out in the first round, or he's going to throw a crucial interception to lose the game. Right now, you don't know what Herbert is capable of doing.
Yeah, it only takes one guy to change the franchise.
After 5 to 8 years of watching Phillip Rivers, you knew what you were going to get with Phillip Rivers.
Oh, and Porter brings up a good point. Rivers came into the league when cards weren't really selling, and Herbert is in a red-hot market. So, yes, it is a little bit different comparing those two time periods. We were talking kind of a little bit about Lamar Jackson. Chris brings up a good point in the chat. Can you be an MVP and then be a bust?
Maybe in the card market. I don't think in
life.
Or, I think if you win an MVP, you're good. I mean, Lamar Jackson is good for at least 5 years, and I think we were talking about this before. Like when his rookie contract is up, because he is won an MVP, the Ravens have to give him a blank check, right? Even though you would think they learned their lesson with Joe Flacco.
Well, I made my bold prediction on the Blitz, where I said that Lamar Jackson will not be the Ravens quarterback in 3 years.
I think I said it on that show as well. I think you're high.
Well, look at the last game he just had.
I mean, you literally are saying that like
I'm already one notch on to
last year he won the MVP, and then 2 years later they're like, get out of here.
Well, if it's a matter of paying him $40 million to stay,
there's MVPs. They're dime a dozen.
I'm not saying he's not going to be a great quarterback in 3 years. I'm just saying he's not going to be a Raven. That's what I'm saying. So, I think I
think the Ravens sign him to an extension right away. I think I don't know if he'll be a Raven his whole career, but he definitely will go longer than his rookie contract.
And Max brings up the point, is Lamar the new Kaepernick? There is some similarities here when the defenses seem to be able to figure him out and he's not able to adjust. Has he had
Kaepernick win an MVP?
No, but I mean,
win a Super Bowl?
Nobody went to one. Lamar didn't go to one. But once they
would have won one if Alex Smith was in the game. But
I mean, once they figured out Cap and they were able to put a spy on him, it seemed like he wasn't accurate enough to win the games with his arm.
I think Lamar Jackson has a more accurate arm than Kaepernick. He has a little bit more touch. Kaepernick was like, I am going to throw the ball. It's a screen pass, and I could just float it to you, but I'm going to throw
170 miles an hour,
98-mile-an-hour fastball at your head.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, why did it bounce up and get intercepted for a touchdown? Why did this happen?
Right. Well, this is beginning to feel. I know we make comparisons. On to the next topic here. I know we make comparisons that the junk wax. Are we getting a bubble? Well, you know what definitely feels like a bubble? All of these grading companies that are coming in. I mean, this isn't a new grading company, but it's a company that's revised their slab. They're pimping it out as another option. And we've seen this in the Griffey era. There was about 10 to 20 grading companies, and only two lasted until now. And now there's more popping back up. Mm-hmm. So CSG, Certified Sports Card Guarantee, is in the game. They are really heavily, you've probably seen it on your Twitter, your Facebook, and maybe even some YouTube ads. They're really trying to attack this market, this grading market. Honestly, I think their slabs are ugly. I will not be using CSG.
Bro, I was about to sue. I thought that said CGS. I was about to call my lawyer right now. Like, bro.
You're all nope.
Hold on. So they sent out, this was on Twitter. The CSG holder is thin, compact, yet extremely durable. The modern label design accommodates detailed card descriptions and subgrades. And at 3.15 by 5.3 inches, a CSG certified sports card fits in the palm of your hand. All right, so I'm looking at...
Why is that a selling point?
Well,
why is it being small a good thing?
Well,
like, this is small enough to where you can lose it.
I'm not a genius, and I did not pull out a ruler in this situation. But I'm looking at this slab, assuming the Luka card is a regular size and not a mini. And I have a PSA slab here, which looks like it's smaller, and it does not fit. And I could have bigger hands. But maybe if I was Joel Embiid, it would fit in the palm of my hand.
No,
but that does not.
Let me get that for a ride. I got tiny hands.
It does not fit in the palm of my hand.
It's not sleek. I can't run around with it, do activities. I don't know why it needs to be small. I don't want it too big.
You don't want the book.
I don't want the book one where like you gotta have a backpack for it. But like,
But to me, without having it next to this one, to me, it actually looks like it's taller, no?
Fits perfectly in your fanny pack.
It looks taller.
Absolutely looks taller.
Taller than... It's,
No, man, it's about the same size.
it almost looks like they're like, cool, PSA's cool and all. They don't have subgrades. So we're going to make the holders look like PSAs, and we're going to do subgrades. Boom.
That was the whole thinking. They wanted to combine PSA and BGS.
I don't want to hate. I don't want to hate, but why? It's the same 3 letters as a competitor. There's SGC. That when you literally pulled that up, I actually thought that was like a new slab for that company.
Yeah.
And they got rid of the what do we call it? The black tuxedo.
Garbage. Sorry.
Man,
you're an SGC fan?
dude,
I'm sorry. It's garbage in my opinion. That is my opinion.
I love how man, this means a lot to you this time.
No, I like BGS.
No, I mean,
I like BGS. I like PSA better, but I like BGS, and I will
dude,
not
that
go
was
with any
a
other company.
$6,000 card. You were just like
tapping,
just
just
like
cracked it.
You're all hold up. Let me see.
Yeah, let's see how durable it is. Throw it against the wall. No, but
what? Why do you need like? So you look at this, and again, you know how I feel about PSA, but I'm not going to hate. Why do I look at this and go, you know what? You know what really drives me crazy about this? It needs to be sleeker and smaller. Why?
Because people have limited space in their
Why?
house, Dan. They don't have big old houses like you where you can put 5 slabs in a closet.
My house is as big as a closet.
Yeah, you have to put the slabs, and you have a lot more room for activities when you have PSA because it's sleek.
A lot more room for activities.
But I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the new. Who are these people with CG? Is this another one?
Oh, that's a different one.
This is another one.
CGC. Oh my God.
Did they grade? What did they grade?
Bro, I need
go back to that. I know this is completely. What are they grading?
Comics.
Oh, I thought it was a gun.
Oh, CGC. Yes, comics. Okay, so
that's
they're the
legit.
main comic
They're
book
legit.
grader. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
CGCs. No.
Who's that guy?
No, that's the same. I'm trying to find their website to see what their pricing is.
Think SGC, but just
see. I put it in the search right, but it's not coming up. CGC, CCG. There's a new grading company in town, CSG.
They don't even have a website.
I know. So I don't know. I was trying to find out maybe their turnaround time's better. I mean, that's what it breaks down to. That's why people don't like PSA and BGS is they don't want to wait. But I don't like the look of any other slab, and I can tell you, being in this hobby for 10 years, if you get it graded by one of those companies and then they're gone in 5 years, you're gonna have to crack it out and wind up sending it to PSA or BGS anyway. So why not just wait and get it slabbed by
it's safe to say, PSA, BGS, here to stay, industry standard.
Yeah. I mean, but BGS has that controversy. They don't have as much patented technology to prevent counterfeiting as
they ain't got
PSA
a hologram
does.
sticker.
What?
They ain't got a hologram sticker.
Right. You can't just print that out on your printer. Plus everything else with the code and the.
So are they revamping their whole process right now?
They gave a really.
You're telling me that you cannot copy that QR code?
I don't know. You probably could.
Pretty sure you can.
I'm just saying PSA has been ahead of the game as far as trying to stop the counterfeiting from going on. Where BGS,
relax.
They got that patent thing going on, and that's it. So, and they kind of made a statement going like, "We're looking into this." Like they didn't say like what they're doing. I mean,
I think where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody really wanted to counterfeit a PSA slab, they could.
It's a lot harder.
How do you know? Are you an engineer of slabs? Do you know what the inner workings of this? How do you know
it's got a hologram on there. It's hard to do. It's hard to duplicate, dude.
It's got a hologram.
All I know.
Nobody has ever counterfeited a hologram ever.
Never
in the history.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
All I'm saying is that there hasn't been a case of a counterfeit. Those trim cards, yes.
There hasn't been.
Hasn't been a counterfeit PSA in the new slab holder yet.
Bold.
The old slab holder, yes, but they've made improvements to combat that.
What's the improvement?
Well, for one,
say it. What's the improvement? It's right there.
It's
a hologram. There we go.
Plus, there's also that in the corner.
You don't even know if that's on another one. I can tell you that. No, that's on even the older ones.
It's on every one.
It's on the older ones.
So, and it's got the dots on the bottom right there as well. And you can actually go on PSA's site and track this. You can track, and if you see that one sold already, then you know it would be counterfeit. if it's sold and you have it in your hand and it didn't sell. So somebody faked the number.
So it could happen.
No, it's not. It's bulletproof. It can't happen.
It's bulletproof. Is it?
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know why these companies are coming in. I would be very, the message I'm trying to send here is that I would be very weary about using CSG or SGC or BBC. I'd be sorry about the news channel. I mean, I might start grading. Any of them that aren't PSA or PGS, I would.
Holiday drank early.
Are we done?
I've been hitting the eggnog. Sorry, guys.
We done?
No, I'm any of the 3 letters that aren't PSA or BGS. I would stick to those if you're making an investment.
Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next
right.
one. What do we got?
All right.
We're done with that.
We're gonna talk Immaculate
Immaculate logo mans. There we go. No, and those are fun.
I might need a break after that one. So we broke a lot of Immaculate last week. We broke a couple logo mans, but I wanted to just kind of review the product in general, being when it came out, which actually was great timing this year that it came out about a month before the NBA, because usually it comes out 6 months before the NBA starts. So obviously got a pretty high price tag at $12,000 a case retail. What are your guys' thoughts on long term, and how did you guys think it broke? And I'll start with C-Rad since he did the most of them.
As always, beautiful acetates, interesting memorabilia, especially the jumbo sneak peek pieces are always super fun to hit. I mean, you know, the chase is like you get another shot at all these logo mans that you might have missed in NT, that a lot of us missed in NT. You know what I mean? So, there are some very, very brutal cases at the price that they currently go for, but you know, that like we always talk about, that's you're chasing the big cards. There's gonna be some duds in there, so it could be, for me, like, it's always fun to open up the the main thing that I've always liked out of Immaculate is the acetate jersey number RPAs, and the you know, they try to differentiate it this year or last year too with the sapphire. Before it was just you got the cardboard RPA, which is number to 99, but starting last year everything started being acetate. So I was like, how are they gonna, you know, switch it up and have the jersey numbers? And so the jersey numbers are now have that little, you know, sapphire foil to them, blue, and it's numbered to their jerseys, obviously.
I was gonna say I kind of have a little bit as an OG in the Immaculate game. I have a little bit of an issue with using the Immaculate acetate on everything because I think it should be limited to at least the RPA. I'm fine with the moments and, you know, the clutch shot or whatever they use it on
duels,
but the RPA base should be matte. The 25 should be matte, but the numbered, I know in the case of Zion there's only gonna be one then, but like, I don't know. I feel like if it's the acetate, it should be very, 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 very limited. But I get from it
made Immaculate unique compared to other high-end before.
Yeah, yep.
But you know what it does do, though, with the autographs with the acetate is that the pens like tend to bleed, and they like it depending on like the autograph stroke.
I've seen that. I've seen
like
that with some guys.
They're just not as smooth. So if you're looking to go BGS grading, there may be a fair amount that come back with a 9 on the auto and not a 10 because of that. But the way I feel, I think they did a good job on it. It's always sharp to see, you know, the logo mans and stuff like that. The dual logo mans,
that's what I'm waiting to see.
The multi-signed cards are always very nice. The only gripe that I have is that it's got to the price point where the only way that you can really digest it, and I know I'm kind of kicking ourselves here, it has to be digested in group breaks. Yep. And this is not the way it was 3-4 years ago. You can get a box of Immaculate for $500-$600,
right?
And now we're looking at, you know, well over $2,000 a box, and at $2,000 a box, I almost have to tell people, like, don't do it. Like, we have it up for personals, but it could be brutal. I mean, you can get like a sticker auto of Jason Williams as your main hit. And that's a possibility, and that could. I mean,
I've seen some
boxes. That could be like
one case you sent
like
me
a $35 card right there.
Yeah, I've seen some boxes
out
with
of a $2
Malcolm
grand.
Brogdon at the end.
I mean, that's tough, and at the price points, the only way that it makes sense to get into it is by getting into a break.
I mean, granted, you know, when you mentioned your $500 to $600 price points, you also had $3,000 to $4,000 RPA, so it was relative. You're looking at the Zion RPAs, the ones that already have ended. The one true RPA to 99, 11,300.
But you buy a case, and you need to hit.
You need to hit that. Yeah.
That's
the same thing.
But you need to hit a Zion RPA.
Yeah, it's like
to
the
break
same thing as
even.
buying like the case at 3,500, and you needed to hit the top guy RPA to get to sell for 3K.
Yeah, it's just kind of inflation in a sense. I did look at our time. We got about 10 minutes, so we have a whole other segment to get into. But yeah,
Immaculate's great.
Immaculate's great. Move on.
On to the next one.
But yeah, I mean, I love the from a breaking standpoint. My last statement on this is that I do love the variety of Immaculate. It's not like, and I know some people in the chat are saying I prefer flawless. I prefer the variety of Immaculate. Now the ROI may not be as safe as flawless is, but the variety is that you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, the
flawless
possibilities.
is very, very like you know what's coming out of a flawless briefcase every single time for the most part.
Yep.
There is definitely some unique stuff in Immaculate that kind of separates itself from every other basketball release. You got the sneak peeks, which are amazing.
They're crazy.
Like they are amazing, and I don't think they get enough press for how cool they actually are.
I know. I still got to post that Shaq one that he did. It's amazing.
What I could probably do away with is the Souls of the Game. I think that is an unnecessary relic.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. They got to use the whole shoe, right?
Mm-hmm. They got to.
But it's one of those where I'm like, how do you ship it? How do you display it? Like, it's over a 360 point card, and the relic, you probably don't need to make that thick of a card to put that relic in there, which also confuses me. Like, you can make a regular 180 point card and embed that soul into the card. I don't know why you got to make it a 360 point.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But we do have more basketball today too. If you guys want to try out the 1-and-1, we did one case this morning. It was pretty nice stuff.
$30 player break of Immaculate.
Yep, and we do have somebody mentioned in the chat, back to Immaculate. We got a player break at $30. That's probably the cheapest way to throw in and get a random player in a case. We got that coming
and the chat's always popping when we do those player breaks. So get in on it.
Yeah, it's because we got 300 people in the break. Assuming everybody buys one, but
yeah.
But let's get into in the spirit of Thanksgiving, feast or famine. Which players would you feast on, and which players would you go famine and not buy? So we're going to start with some of the names that just popped out of the NBA draft now that we know what team they're on.
Bro, are there heads on the...
Yeah. Cody teed that up pretty nicely there. It's pretty nice. You got Tatum with the turkey. You know, he's looking at it like he's real hungry. You got Obi kind of popping in there on the bottom. But let's talk about Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. Edwards on the Timberwolves, and LaMelo now on the Hornets. Are you feasting? Are you famining on either of these two guys? And I'll start with Dan.
It's hard because we've only had a couple releases out so far and nothing in their NBA unis.
Right.
So I personally try to, and there's money to be made and there's good investments that you can make on those early products that are collegiate products, but I personally try to stay away from those until we start getting the Don Russes and the hoops and stuff like that. When you start getting autos and pictures of the players in their new unis. So with the products that are out right now, I'm probably staying away from all the rookies. How about that?
Yeah, I mean,
know that's like that kills your segment, but
no, I mean, I obviously you guys know I'm a big fan of LaMelo Ball. The Hornets do scare me from a card perspective because there hasn't been a Hornet that's sold well in years. I mean, they've had lottery picks. I mean, they've had guys that it's like PJ Washington, you get the right card sells. Miles Bridges, so it's like is this is finally going to change. I mean, one thing with LaMelo is there is a Jordan tie now, so you're gonna have some jersey cards that are gonna have the Jordan logo on it.
That's gonna be so dope.
The Timberwolves, some guys have sold, with Cat and Wiggins over the years. I mean, Culver didn't really do a whole lot last year, but Edwards could be electric. I don't know if I'm probably feasting on LaMelo, and I'm waiting on, depending on the price, and I'm famining on Edwards out of these two for right now. But what do you guys? What do you think, C-Rad?
For both guards, I like them equally, actually, to be honest. I'm excited to see them play with their respective teams, see how they do this year. In general, I'm just overall very optimistic about this upcoming season. It's almost an extra excitement in a way because we didn't get the tournament. You see what I mean? And some of these kids are going to teams that are going to actually need them to perform. So it's an exciting time to be a basketball fan and collect. So I'm feasting on both these kids right here.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to, I would probably go LaMelo over Edwards because Edwards. I think LaMelo is going to get the ball more.
Absolutely,
with
he's going to put up numbers
with Cat. I mean that offense,
and D'Lo.
That offense is going to run through those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
unless he really takes charge and demands the ball more, but we'll see. And are you going to ask us who we can pick between these guys?
I know this one's tough because we got a local kid now. And the next one we've got Obi Toppin and we have Wiseman. So, Wiseman's going to a good situation where he's going to get some minutes. I do like Toppin for the Knicks, though. The Knicks fans seem like they were trying to make Kristaps the next coming, and you could see Kristaps' prices. So if Obi comes out and shows any sort of life, and the situation is he went to a smaller school, kind of almost like a John Morant type situation where he's coming in and he's going to get some playing time. I really like Obi Toppin going forward. Wiseman's a big guy, so that worries me. But if I'm feasting or famining on these two, I'm going Toppin. I like his auto, too. I like the way his auto looks on cards. So
nice auto.
The Knicks and Spike Lee, they've been craving for somebody to root for over these last couple of years. So I think I'm going Toppin.
There's no universe where I'll go Toppin over Wiseman.
Yeah, I'm going.
Well, I'm buying Wiseman, but I might buy more Toppins than Wiseman.
I see. Yeah, I am going to. I've said it a few times on the stream this past week, and I've been saying it for months. Whoever the Warriors draft, I'm going to collect that person this year. So Wiseman, going in the personal collection, baby.
Yeah, just like I said, historically with the hobby, the big men don't tend to sell as well.
But he's an athletic big man.
He is. So is Dwight Howard, though. So, I mean.
Yeah, Dwight Howard. But there may have been a point where Dwight Howard's cards did sell.
Yeah,
really
they
well.
probably did. And the rookie 04, 05 with the Magic.
Coming off the LeBron, Melo, Wade year.
Yep.
But the thing I like about Wiseman is that he is going to be a plug-and-play guy with the Warriors. He is going to be on the court. I don't know how much he's going to score.
He's big as hell, too.
But he is absolutely going to be running with those guys. So
it's gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna be good to see, and I could see a fair amount of alley-oops going to him.
Oh yeah,
I
could
see Draymond doing little alley-oops to Wiseman. So that could actually translate in couple highlight dunks,
some swats.
Yeah, I mean, I think out of the gate, Wiseman is going to make the Warriors a better team.
I think he's going to make the biggest impact out of the rookies, whether it's going to be, because he basically went into the best situation.
He should have a highlight every single night, bro.
Yeah.
Which makes his card values is like, as long as you're staying in people's minds, you're gonna go.
The only issue is that if he's going to need to play defense. And there's no knock that like he can't play defense.
No, that's actually what.
But the NBA is a different game.
Yeah.
You're going against different type of talent. And if he is not playing defense, that's the one way that he can get pulled off the court because Kerr isn't going to handle like.
I agree.
No.
But I'm actually not worried about his defense at all. Actually, yeah.
I think they're going to love having a true shot block. I mean, Bogut was great, but he just was kind of a little bit older when he got to the Warriors. He wasn't kind of past his prime in the shot blocking days, but this guy could be a crazy shot blocker.
You can't be a big man, and like what Dan was saying, you can't be a big man in this day and age of NBA and not play defense.
Right.
It just doesn't. It's not going to work out for you long term.
All right, let's go to.
But we've seen the Warriors try to throw a big man in there. Was it Jordan Bell?
Yeah, not too big, but
undersized though.
Yeah, but they try
to make
him. They try to make him a big.
Though.
Try to make him a big man, and he he couldn't do enough to stay on the court.
He just, I think Kerr is a smart coach, and he expects his players to know where they need to be, and I think that's what was problem with Bell. Yes,
as well as athleticism and skills.
Yep, knowing where to be and who to guard. So let's go with some guys that just got some big contracts after their rookie contracts were up, and feast and famine on Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, that 17-18 rookie class, and actually I think Bam was in that same rookie class. Well. So Bam Adebayo, who just playing in the finals, little mini Dwight Howard. So out of these three, I'll start with Dan. Are you feasting? Are you famining?
Oh man, all those guys. But Tatum's legit. I'm buying Tatum. Mitchell is also, I think, undervalued in the hobby.
Yes, maybe one of the most underrated.
Undervalued, not underrated.
Yeah, underrated too, but
undervalued. But Tatum's legit. He's a top 10 player in the league. He just got paid, so I'm buying Tatum.
Well, and that's the kind of investment I was talking about earlier. He's on the Celtics. You know what I mean? It's the almost like the Yankees of baseball in a sense, with all those titles that they have. It's like, and that's what worries me with Donovan. And we've got some big Donovan cards. We have silvers of, I don't think I have a Bam Adebayo, but I got silvers of Tatum and Mitchell. I've really been considering selling Mitchell just because it's like the Jazz, since Karl Malone and Stockton, it really hasn't been anybody that's sold. Their games are on at 10. 10 on the East Coast, 7 our time, so they don't get a lot of eyeballs on their games, and that worries me from an investment standpoint. Obviously, when they go into the playoffs, then you're going to see them. You're going to see them play, and you're going to be like, man, this guy's good, but Tatum is always going to be on those primetime games, those ABC games, things like that, where he's going to get the eyeballs on him. I wanted to look at some of the prices recently of some silvers. So you got a PSA 10 Donovan Mitchell. It sold for $2,000. That was in August, so it might have changed since then. Jason Tatum at $4,500. Bam Adebayo at $1,500. And then we threw in some other guys like De'Aaron Fox at $900 and Brandon Ingram at $1,800. So obviously you pick Tatum. He is the highest selling. Is there any room for like a Bam Adebayo to increase that value, or do you think that's the peak?
Such a skillful player. Heat really found a gem with him. But in terms of hobby value, because of the type of player he is, he's not gonna like electrify you offensively every single night, and that's kind of what you're looking for with like these like long-term investment. So I don't know. I feel like Bam's pretty close to the peak, if not already at the peak.
Yeah,
but he does everything you want as a basketball player for a starter on your team.
Yeah, I agree. And he was electric to watch during some of these stretch runs last year. Yep,
over on the bubble. Amazing.
And what about Brandon Ingram? He's the guy that's actually the only guy on this that's not on the team that he's on his rookie card. He's on the Pelicans now, not the Lakers.
He just got paid.
He got paid. He's playing with Zion. To me, he plays a lot of hero ball, which I don't like. He tries to be Kevin Durant, but he can't quite shoot as well as Kevin Durant, where he's just going to not look. He's just going to take the ball down the court and do everything himself. That worries me. Also, his frame is real skinnier than Kevin Durant, but he is very skilled, and he can play all the roles he needs to be, whether it be shot blocker, whether it be in the post, whether it be shooting a three. So he's very skilled at his size. I think if I'm investing, I'm still going Tatum and then maybe second Mitchell out of all of these guys. So I'm feasting on Tatum and Mitchell.
The Mitchell the reason why I don't go Mitchell is it scares me that like the stats that he has put up, and that team is pretty good, and his cards still don't sell for as much as other guys who don't put up the stats that he does. Like what does he have to do? I fear that if he wins a championship, it's still not enough.
Right.
I think, unfortunately, what you're saying is that he needs to get out of Utah. Not for his career.
For cards.
Yes. And, you got to look at that as two different things. It might not be the best thing for him to get out of Utah, but from a card value standpoint, it probably is.
Yeah, but it's tricky, though, because if he goes to another team that's going to sell, he's probably not the main guy anymore, right? If he goes to Boston, he's there with Tatum. If he goes to, obviously, Los Angeles, he's overshadowed by LeBron. If he goes to, I think for him to win a championship, he's going to have to be on a super type team, and does that eventually hurt his value because he's not the main guy anymore? So that's something to consider as well.
He goes to the Clippers.
He's not the main guy.
Teaming up with Kawhi though, pretty good.
Yeah, but it looks like he's not going anywhere. Based on that contract,
he ain't going anywhere.
So,
Utah.
Yep.
Utah boys.
Utah for life. Well, that's all we got for today's show. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us at Mojobreak_com on Twitter for all your upcoming news. We got a Facebook if that's what you're into. We're on Instagram, Mojobreak_com. And also, if you're watching us on the main channel, all of our content, including this video, is on our Mojobreak Media YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe there, where that's just our content. You don't have to siphon through all the breaks to find our shows. So, and also we have an audio podcast. You don't have to be in front of your phone or your computer to listen to the show. You're in the car, you're at the gym, whatever. You can listen to the podcast as well. So that is it for now, guys. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving, and check out our site for Black Friday deals, including ship-sealed stock that's going to be lower than cost. So those will be popping up on Friday all throughout the day, and it's going to be limited. So get in there and grab it. All right, guys. Peace.